everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cinematic Survival. So we are here to the cow farm to do something very important. The reason why we built the wheat farm last episode, to get more food. But not from the wheat, no, we're breeding the cows, so we get more cows, so we can get more, gotta switch the offhand, more beef. Woo! Speaking of nice, we have this new path that we built last episode that I never actually ever ever showed off in the episode. So yeah, but it was built last episode, that's for sure. Yeah, but right next to this path, which I showed in the intro in full, we have the wheat farm, which has not changed since last episode, except in the fact it's fully grown now. Woohoo! And you know what that means. It's fully grown. It's time for a nice harvest. Ooh, harvest, harvest, harvest. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Woohoo! And now we replant all the first row. Let's see how much wheat we have from this. Alright, from the first layer alone, we got a stack and 12. Amazing. And that's pretty impressive because the bottom layer was actually the smallest of the three, I think. So that means we got a lot of wheat here, but there's just one problem. It's not enough. Yep, it turns out that the only thing better than unlimited wheat is even more unlimited wheat, which means we gotta build a new farm. Unlike this farm behind me, we're gonna take a slightly different approach in constructing this thing. This one was built with planting the wheat first and then making the fence. But I'm gonna try making the fence first, then adding all the crops. Let's see how this works. Okay, I think I want to have a little bit of a gap between the path and the fence. So I think we're going to actually have a little bit of a high retaining wall here. Let's see how this looks. Let's try to plan blocks least as possible. So I'm not going to go full height just yet. Yeah, that looks, I think that's good. And then maybe like that. I don't know if that's too straight of a line. Let's go for that. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a bit of a repetitive shape. Not sure if I'm loving it. We'll see, because this one we're gonna have be that. Ooh. It matches up perfectly with this straight section. We'll see how it looks. But I think we definitely need to stop with the repetitive pattern here and then break it up right here. I think that's good, right? And then to differentiate it from the one behind it, then we're gonna actually keep on with that theme. It's a nice theme. It's just less repetitive now. That looks like a good line. Yeah. And then we're going to do it again. You might be thinking, okay, you're going to do it again, right? No. We're going to actually turn this time. Boom. Like that. Yeah, this is going to be an odd shape. It's going to be definitely an odd shape. Let's see. Does that look good? I think that looks good for a turn. Yeah. Okay. And then this one's also going to go in. Ooh, but that kind of looks a bit too symmetrical, which can be good, but this is more of a natural build, so we don't really want it to be super symmetrical. Does that work maybe? We'll see how that looks. Yeah, there's a chance that looks good. Okay, we can go back to the pattern, and then let's do another straight line here, spice it up a little bit, and then we're gonna continue on with the I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna call it the pattern. That's a bad descriptor. The three slope. Yeah. That's a word I used with the bridge. Okay, then we're gonna do that, and then to get it back in line with the other posts, I'm gonna move it in like not like that. We're not gonna do that actually. Just moving this here, and then we have a brand new farm shape. Now it is quite a bit smaller than the original farm we have over there, but First, we can always expand it, and second, this is kind of just a space filler anyway, and it's an awkward space to fill, so something's gotta go here, and I think a wheat farm will tie the place in pretty well. I actually did the resource gathering ahead of time for once. Isn't that amazing, huh? I think one of the keys to a good build is a good build location first and foremost. And this is it's a pretty awkward building space, but I think this will work, or at least I hope it does, because I've got plans for the surrounding area, and they're interesting to say the least. So hopefully this works out, and if it doesn't, we can always expand the farm. We can always switch up plans. My plans for the first wheat farm were shaken up a lot. So, we can adapt, we can improvise. We're professionals at this. Ooh, this build has a design shakeup too. Do we want high railings here? Or do we want these lower railings, like this? Because at least these ones are protecting these plants. They're elevated a block, but these ones are down a block. So do we want to protect them from people walking in, or do we just want it to be more decorative? Because I feel like at most perspectives, the lower one's gonna look better, but from a functional aspect, having actual barriers would be nice. I'm gonna try moving everything down a block and seeing if it looks good. Oh yeah, this is the design 100%. Yes. And now to add the finishing touches, the trapdoors. And just like that, the fence is done. Or at least it was done until I decided to lower the other half that I forgot to earlier. And now the fence is actually done. But of course, you can't just have a fence with nothing in it, otherwise what's the point? So now it's time to fill the thing with wheat. Let's get planting. And there you have it, a brand new, freshly baked wheat field. But you know what's not freshly baked? That's right, it's the transition into the next segment. Whatever that's supposed to mean, I don't know. Time for a new subject. Wheat farm is done for now. We gotta let it grow. You're probably wondering, why am I at World Spawn? Well, I'm here to tell you a story about the world around us. Or specifically the world around me. Because when I started this world, I may have made it seem that this was like a randomly generated world, which, it is. It's just all worlds are randomly generated. No. May have let it on to seem that this is the first time I've ever seen this world that is just a random seed, right? I don't think I've said this is set seed, but it kind of is. So. Months and months ago, for my own survival world, I wanted to add some custom trees, but I'm bad at custom trees, and I was worse at that point. So I thought I should load up a real Minecraft world, no more flat worlds. A real Minecraft world, try to build some trees, see how they look, and if they look good enough, I'll put them in my world. And this is the world that generated around us, which means right around... Actually, no, yeah, right around where I was standing, just about, is where I think I built a tree that's now in my survival world. And you have to be being like, oh, I want to see it now. That sounds like it's super cool, right? Right? Well, lucky for you, because we're going to be building that today as a little homage, kind of, to that testing world. Okay, that's cool and all. I'm making a custom tree, but where are we going to put the tree? A tree is only as good as where it is placed, said Some tree expert, probably. I don't know. I'm not a tree expert unless I am. Ooh. Where are we gonna put this tree, right? Well, I've got some bad news for you, especially if you are this tree, because this tree, it's served us well. It's been a great shade tree for us for this path. A nice little place to, I don't know, read a book under, maybe? Who knows? Um, but it's a vanilla tree. And you know what would be great in place of a vanilla tree? A custom tree. I love the tree, you love the tree probably loves the tree, but it's time to make a tree your tree. And now we have a brand new, beautiful custom tree. Now you might have been able to pick this up from that montage, but this tree was built off of a schematic because I've built it already. And it's an intricate shape, and I'm bad at freehanding trees. So I decided I'm going to use Lightmatica for this. There's just this one instance, and I guess maybe other future trees I might, because trees are difficult and they take forever to do without creative mode. So I decided I'm running out of time for this episode. I need this tree to be done. I'm just going to do it quick. Because the other solution was just to load up Minecraft on another monitor and look over, which is just Lightmatica, but with extra more complicated steps. So I decided might as well use Lightmatica. But yeah, the tree is looking good, and um, I've been seeing a bunch of trees in Minecraft worlds that have tuff mixed in. Instead, I have oak logs, and I'm really curious. Do you think that with the new creaking garden, I don't know the name of the update. The creaking garden update. That's what I call it. Do you think that that update with the pale oak logs? Do you think I could replace the stripped spruce with that, and then the oak logs with tough? Do you think that would look good? I feel like, especially with the brightness of the azalea trees, it might. So I might want to try that at some point. Maybe between episodes I might, or at least in a creative world. I'll definitely whip it up. But yeah, we'll see how this looks. But that is for another day, of course. This little farming area is really coming together very well. And I did have a few more plans for this episode, but unfortunately, I'm out of time. So we'll get to that next episode. That's something to look forward to next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.